Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dragon's Tome. Welcome back. Um, we're going to be continuing our saga of starting at one and heading to the horizon, following along the Dragon magazine that we all know and love. Um, About to get started. Point of order: you people, all of you, make me sick. You make me want to puke.
Yeah, great way to
Apparently,
start,
there's
I guess.
comments being left everywhere. I told you not to. People are watching, people are liking, and I don't know if you know how the algorithm works, but at this point, if you keep it up, we're gonna get past like 100 subscribers. So stop it. I heard there's some guy just watching from one to leaving a comment on all of them. Stop it.
Don't stop it. Jack loves it.
Makes me sick.
His curmudgeonness is just a shield to hide it to hide his true feelings.
Yeah, when it
I
says
would,
Dragon's Tome Rob, that's Jack commenting.
if it hadn't been for the fact that we got a new sponsor, I don't know. Yes, we're sponsored by Honey now. Dragon Magazine. More on that later. Um,
Honey?
Here we
Honey,
are with my cohorts. We've got Rob Rybread Harper and
I don't like rye bread.
Pat Pat.
artisan bun.
He's artisan buns, all right. He's got cake. Um, so here we are. Um, we got a cover here for the anniversary edition.
15th anniversary issue. Yes, the cover is by Jeff Easley.
Yes,
It's a famous big giant painting. This is only part of it. We'll see more of it as we go through.
Yeah,
The dragon with a horse head. I didn't care for it on this one. I don't care for it for the other one, but it's definitely a take.
do you think it's a horse head, or do you think it's just a dragon with a unicorn horn on it?
What's a unicorn? It's a horse.
I know. Or I
It
mean,
is
I had to
very.
double take it. I had to double take it too because I thought, first of all, that's a weird thing to do. Put bat wings on a Pegasus.
I think it's weird that a red dragon's fighting a white dragon. That's what I think's weird.
Yes, they're supposed to be allies,
Mm,
Maybe it's a platinum dragon.
unless unless it's a Ferris dragon, which we'll talk about later on.
we don't have to.
Look at
Oh,
the dragon just in his hand is just a bird. He just grabbed a bird. He's saving it for later.
It is
It's a mid-battle
grabbing
he's got
snack.
two. He's got two birds.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah, he's got another one in his other hand. Yeah.
yeah.
I guess that
Maybe
guy's
that's
a
where they
ranger.
Maybe that's why they're fighting. Maybe he was hunting, and then this is the poacher.
Well, this is called the Siege of Lord Erie's Crag. So that's probably Lord Erie
Well,
defending himself
It's very
from
weird to be sieging with two birds.
a lich. No, I think he's the sieger, not the CG.
Oh,
No, he's the CG, not the sieger. I got it the wrong way around.
okay.
Mm, that was my favorite Star Trek villain.
Oh, I
So,
thought you were going to
anyways,
mention the CGs from GI Joe, Crimson Guardsman. No.
oh, the Baroness. You're right.
Baroness.
Lauren Boebert looks like the Baroness. It's the only reason I don't. She's.
I have no idea who that is.
Oh, okay. Come on. Let's get on track here.
The lady who voiced the Baroness just recently died, so rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Jack,
Rob, come on.
are you
We're
in
trying to
charge of
do a
this?
we're trying to do a professional show here. We don't need those kind of distractions and outbursts. Keep it
Sorry.
on track, please.
Keep it
So
clean.
keep it clean. Speaking of keeping it clean, and Rob being full of piss and vinegar, why don't you start? We typically go each couple ads or a couple articles and an ad.
Jumping right
So
to ads.
let's get this. We can
You can change the format and
Page
do ads first.
page 8.
Page
Editorial.
8.
Roger E. Moore. Pretty much his editorial is just the 15th anniversary. Yeah, he mentions that. And he lists a bunch of things that people seem to want more in the magazine. And it's also ideas for people to submit articles. But I like how he's like, some of the things are, we want broader coverage of different role playing games. And the next one is less coverage of different role playing games. Like it's a lot of like contradictory stuff. He thinks it's funny. But yeah, he pretty much at the end he says, okay, we want numbers 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16, 21. The rest, can go screw. So one of them is more controversies. Like, what the hell? I don't know what that means.
More controversies?
Yeah. What does that
Isn't
even
that what we do?
mean? He said, keep the controversy to the forums. That makes sense. Yes, he didn't know what we would bring all the controversy to the yard.
Yes, much like a milkshake.
We're the milkshake of controversy.
We have been speed running through the magazines. We've seen a lot of this stuff, and we've had our opinions going forward. And he's been with since the beginning, and he's got the insider. And looking through here, I know it's a bit funny the way he says, "Oh, we need this," and gives the opposite. But you can't disagree with a lot of what the people are asking for, and they're the customers, so got to keep them happy.
Yep, you could try to keep them happy.
Separated.
Okay.
Yeah, this is his 5th year as being editor. It seems like just yesterday it was Tim Kask, but no, it's 5 years that.
Who was before Tim again?
What? Who in the what?
Who was it? Who was before Tim? Who was Tim? Who was
Tim was first. Tim Kask was the first.
Who was after Tim then? Because it wasn't Roger. It was someone else.
Yeah, I think so. It went right to Roger Moore, didn't it?
No, there was someone else.
Yeah, he'd passed away last year. What was his name?
Mohan? Kim Mohan.
Mohan.
Oh yes, Kim Mohan.
That's right. Kim Mohan was for a few years. Yeah. So I forgot the Mohan. You see, I don't remember our own history. Good old Mohan just being insulting to everyone.
He was your arch enemy for a while.
It's because I miss Tim Kask.
That's true. Okay, good start. Patrick, you want to keep this ball rolling?
Sure. Let's try to go with page 21.
Oh no, that's
Don't
mine.
Don't be mine.
So
short episode incoming.
Me and Jack right now are crossing dragons with everything. So this is a little article about dragon hybrids and all these dragons mixed with other monsters, quote unquote monsters. Arthur Gregory Detweiler, only limited to just the evil dragons, the chromatic dragons. I don't know how I felt about this article. I read it and I was like, okay, are some of these even necessary? I mean, the one I thought was really unnecessary was the Wyvern Drake. I mean,
it's just a
right?
Wyvern.
I imagine it's just a Wyvern with dragon breath or dragon powers now.
The article, like if I'd seen this in an April episode, I'd go, "That's very clever."
Oh, you thought it was an April Fool's joke?
It could have been like, "Oh, we're mixing dragons with everything."
I mean, like the Mandrake.
But the art is
stunning.
Too like it slaps. There's no. It is better than it has any right to be for what
the Mandrake. I thought was really a good looking picture.
Speaking of slapping, Jack, I did want to ask you how you feel when that TikTok leaves. You're going to be upset. No more. None of your memes are going to get out there.
I have danced my last dance. Apparently, I was gonna try and do a double reverse floss for my finale, but my back is janky now. So
sorry, there was a non sequitur. You said.
Yeah,
I'm sorry if I can pop and or lock.
I think that's a BTS subject.
What does Korean pop bands have to do with that?
Behind the scenes, guys. Behind the scenes.
What does BTS
Never heard of it.
Behind the scenes.
No, the Korean pop band.
Oh, Bangtan Soyeondan.
Oh, I thought they stood for justice.
Yeah. So, back to the article.
Hope.
Since Jack is just letting these things run wild now, I guess we got to rein in a little control here.
I brought up his favorite topic, TikTok.
Well, you brought up my favorite topic, me and my my performing on TikTok.
The one thing I thought
what's your
was
username so people can check it out? So.
It's useless now.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Obama.
Anyways, Pat, what did you think was the interesting thing?
Well, the article, the author says he states that there's some procedure in how you can cross other dragons with other creatures, but I didn't see that step.
Is it on the very last page?
Yeah, but it wasn't really fleshed out. I had to figure it out
No, he
myself.
just has like tables and be like, yeah, okay, you can do this with this, and
Yeah.
It says table 1. You can find the one
I mean,
parent.
there's
you
a,
can
there's a
do.
short blurb here where it just says, the monster will have the parents, the dragon parents, armor class,
Mhm.
and other things. But it's I thought it'd be a little more spread out
pretty
to
much
give you.
it's whatever the
It's
old
like,
other creature is, and then you just add this stuff from these tables to
Yeah.
that, which is kind of dumb. It is
Yeah.
like an afterthought, like you were saying.
yeah. So
Great art though.
yeah, the great art. Some of these, the Manta Drake, I think is cool, but the one there's only 3 creatures in this article, and
Yeah.
one of them being the Wyvern Drake, which I have no idea why you even do that.
Dracomira.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a
All right.
chimera.
Okay.
It's with a
Since I
dragon.
co-opted Jack, I guess
Well, I still have my second one.
we've cut him at the knees.
I'm gonna go to my second one. What's in the cup? What are you drinking?
Café con leche, senor.
Pardon-moi?
We don't cotton to those
Okay.
foreign words.
Oh, so French. So café au lait.
Oh, okay.
No, we understand that. We're
Yeah,
half
I
French.
understand that completely. We're gonna go to page 80, please.
Oh no, that's not my article.
Oh no, page 80 is just I don't know what
It's
this
the
is.
Marvel Bulletin Box.
Oh, okay.
Now, I had commented a while ago that perhaps the tilting at windmills, the rolling that Sisyphean boulder up a hill of keeping abreast of the comic books to keep the game in line. And so he's done it again. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Oh, what? Is this guy me? He highlights the West Coast Avengers, which was the title I collected the most.
Yeah, that
And
next
their
guy.
lineup.
Baron von Strucker, who you look like the most.
Yes. I align politically with his death spore-ridden body, and the return of Vindicator of Alpha Flight. So I don't know if I think at some point I got a time machine and went back into the
What's your
past,
name? Who's the name of this?
and took over.
Oh, you don't have
the
to mention it's
Marvel
like
file.
Grim Reaper is in the Marvel file this week too. Like your main
100%, which is Wonder Man's brother, who was part of the West Coast Avengers, not in this lineup, but
No, he was in the
he was.
original line. He was in the original line of Wonder Man.
Yeah, he's in this lineup too. It was Hank Pym that left.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not only
So
are
your
they gonna keep up
your
with-
nom de plume at the time was Stephen E. Shend.
oh,
It's probably
Which
if you
is
rearrange the words, it probably
an
spells
anagram.
Yeah.
Yes, for
I'm a time traveler.
yeah, that tracks. That
Yeah,
tracks.
I think so. We're all the same
You're,
letters.
you're good at you're a master of spoonerisms. I knew that, but also anagrams. Excellent. Okay, so that was my article. I guess that brings us back to
This is gonna be a fast one again. You want to talk
Wow.
about Cameron Hodge or Grim Reaper?
Oh, I got
Hodge.
17 articles to go through. So
Oh, okay. That's
Oh
good.
God.
You'll make up for it.
Okay, Rob,
Oh, yeah, it's
do your
back to me.
thing.
Where are we? We're gonna go page. Let's go to page 89.
oh,
Is that one of
we are
yours?
now we're on a short article list again.
The pitfalls of game mastering. Every GM needs a detect gaming traps spell by Steve Maurer. Yet again, we get a how to GM guide in the old Dragon magazine, which we've had how many now? Hundreds.
A few.
This one is a very long list of don'ts. Pretty much, don't do this, don't do that, and it's
Yeah.
very long. It goes on forever. I actually started listing them, and I gave up because the list was so long. But it's pretty much.
Oh, I didn't even try to list it, but I will say again, because on the Facebook boards of any of the D&Ds, there's a lot of new players, either first, second, or fifth edition, saying a DM for the first time. Has anyone got any advice? And I would give them this article to read because I think it's
pretty comprehensive. There's a
yeah,
lot.
it's comprehensive and it's good for GMs who got all these questions to answer the first time and what not, because it really tells you what not to do, and then you can just kind of go from there.
And it gives examples too, so it'll be like, hey, Monty Hall, this is the GM and characters, this is them talking, and then it explains it. And
yep, and unlike other how to GM articles, this one actually gives you solutions.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know which is your first Dragon magazine. This could be the first time anyone saw these suggestions. This like kind of curated suggestions.
And it is, like I say, comprehensive. There's a lot, so it's very long. Most of it comes down to like common sense, but you're right. Some people don't have common sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the end. It's just pretty much be clear, know the rules. It's like, yeah, I think that's kind of important. But,
yeah, and
a lot of them are kind of the same thing. He just kind of repeats them in different ways. Like a lot of them are very similar.
So, well, yeah, and some, yeah, I agree. And I think the biggest one is the improbable plots, making sure you make everything work, and the Monty Hall returns don't give everyone what they want, kind of a thing.
And then the opposite too. Don't be too tough on people. And yep.
Yeah.
Don't railroad. Like there's a lot about like he mentions it many different times in different ways, but it's all railroading. Like it's just like, yeah, that's all railroading. Don't railroad. It is. And this guy is paid by the word. That's all I'm saying.
And it's also kind of the lexicon of terms that people use are now like if you meet someone who plays and they go, oh, Monty Hall, you now would have a frame of reference. There's a lexicon being built, a thesaurus, if you will, of terms that, if you meet other people, you're on the same page.
Yep. Yeah, railroading in Monty Hall, and yeah. Yep. It's a long, useful article.
Yeah, and one other thing too is that there is a section here on communication problems that I thought was pretty good. It just helps people, because some people just don't know how to get their ideas across.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially GMs. That's what part of it is, being clear, because you have to really paint the picture. Otherwise, in your head it makes sense. That's a very, like when you're a kid, especially, you think, oh, I'm explaining it perfectly, and meanwhile, all your players are like, what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yep. Where's this? Where's that? Yeah.
A theater of the mind. It's easy to
think you're putting the information across because it's in your head, but it's not in there.
And then wondering why they're not doing, or
you got to sell it because you want to engage them.
And also, it's like, oh, obviously the answer to the trap was you pull that lever over there. You didn't describe that lever. You never said there was a lever over there. Yeah.
Well, communication is very important. Like I started this show off telling these people to stop horsing around with their interacting with their videos. Stop.
I could have swore that's not what you said.
I put it out there plainly, and I don't want to see any of the nonsense anymore. No more comments.
You say that, but your body language is
okay. My body language.
Your mouth says no, but your short skirt says yes.
Pat, what do you? What do you have for another article, Patrick?
Let's go to page 28.
Back to the dragons.
Dragons bestiaries. Yeah, this is a dragon-based episode. So this is...
It's an anniversary.
An anniversary, yeah. This is a new set of dragons.
Yes,
that don't come from any of the created campaign worlds, Dragonlance, Greyhawk, or Forgotten Realms. The author was very clear to say that they just kind of come from somewhere. So I guess you can just make your own thing up. And they call them the Ferris dragons. So these are all like iron-based metal dragons, as opposed to the other metallic dragons that we see in.
They're not the precious metals. These are more the base metals.
Yeah.
And tell you good article. If a magnet sticks, then they're a Ferris dragon.
Yeah.
Magneto could beat these guys up easy.
It's true. The thing I like about this
is magnetic. Is chrome magnetic? I don't think it is.
I don't know.
It's a carcinogen. I know that.
Excellent. Isn't everything.
But the best thing about this article is he does give them a nice backstory and such.
Jason M. Walker. Don't just let him name the boy.
Well, he's passed, so.
Yes, posthumously calling out his name,
Mr. Walker. R.I.P. Good article.
Did he die in a car accident?
You were taken too soon.
But
Did he have a tribute
it's
by
got a
Vin
nice backstory
Diesel?
because it does talk about how there was a big war amongst these Ferris dragons, and it kind of dwindled their numbers down. And another thing I like too is that there is a section describing each one about their ecology or the habitats, and it talks about how they interact with all the other dragons. So the Ferris dragons neither like or hate most of the good dragons in the say the chromatic dragons, but they pretty much all hate the evil dragons,
Everybody hates evil dragons.
and they fight, and they usually fight them for the space because some of these live in the same quote unquote habitats. You know, like blue dragons live in the desert. Is it desert they live in?
One of them does. Yeah,
Yeah.
the blue's desert. Yeah.
Yeah. So the tungsten dragon, which lives in the desert, actively hunts the blue dragons, but is indifferent to the brass dragons. Like they don't like them, but they'll be like, all right, whatever, just stay over there.
Is it just me, or most of these seem to come into the Monster Mayons later? Like, I'm pretty sure some of these actually make it in somewhere.
Maybe the Monstrous Compendium. I don't know because I don't remember.
'Cause I kind of remember these dragons. Maybe I had this magazine.
You probably had the magazine because I'll be honest, I don't know if I remember. But then again, when the Monstrous Compendium came out, I was kind of anti-binder at the time,
Still am.
so I didn't delve too much into it. Yeah, but it's a good set of whole different dragons if you want to add them into your campaign. There is a Supreme Dragon who apparently is the first Ferris dragon.
Is his
And
name
they all-
Ferris Bueller?
All right, I'm going to give this a shot. Graglothor.
Is it-
Graglothor.
did you have to save Ferris?
Groglothor. Well, Groglothor, he's the Sausage King of
Bueller.
Chicago.
He's just ignoring me. Yeah, it's great. He's the Sausage King.
He's the Chicago. It's Ferris Dragons of Chicago. He's the King of Chicago.
Yes.
Abe
Grog-
Froman.
Groglothor. What color is a Groglothor?
He is iron, but he's like the Iron Dragon.
Oh, it's like a title.
Yeah.
Because when he dies, an Iron Dragon chosen to replace it goes in.
Mm-hmm.
What's a Groglothor?
He's the
Grogling, of
title.
course.
Oh,
Grogling.
Grogling. So, nice dragons. It's a good way if you want to break away from the norm.
There's always more
Sneaking-
dragons.
Yep,
Yeah.
sneak in something no one's expecting.
Yeah, I mean, you can add these with the ones that Ed wrote. Dr. Greenwood, longtime listener, longtime friend of the show. He's wrote for many of some dragons bestiaries himself.
Tis true. Tis true. Okay, well then that is. I think that's it for the articles. There can't be any more of those. So
I assume you don't have one, so I'll go to page 57.
what?
Roll of Computers. The only reason I want to mention this one is because they really harp on King's Quest V is on 10 discs. And they really find that crazy.
What was it? It was like 1 megabyte each disc or something.
1.5 were the 3.5
Yeah.
floppies.
1.2 because I think some of it's taken up, right? So 1.2 megabit discs. 10 of them. Yes, 10. But also, there's a game that I've never heard of, The Rise of the Dragon. It looks like a cool cyberpunk game. Looks awesome.
Yeah.
I'd like to find an emulator for that.
Since we are talking about this article, then also when I was proving this, I didn't realize that there was a Space 1889 computer game.
Oh, yeah. Good old, they got to get all the TSR properties into video games, so yes, there is.
But that
Yeah.
wasn't a TSR property. I think that
Yeah,
was
Oh, wasn't that a TSR one?
no, it was
What's one? I'm thinking of the other one. Yes.
I can't remember who did Space 1889, but yeah, I think it was-
GDW. GDW.
Yeah, was that Traveler?
Yes.
The guys that make Traveler.
We had seen plenty of ads.
And there was a
for-
Traveler video game too, so.
Yeah, I remember a Traveler video game. I didn't remember a Space 1889.
So it's probably based on the same system as the Traveler game, I would assume. So they could just port it over. I don't know. Never played it. It looks like a top-down RPG with very little space. I hate how
Yeah.
they do that.
Oh yeah, it's got like a heads-up display and whole like banners of things and all your inventory and stuff, and you're looking at a map that's.
I also don't like that when you look at the screen, it doesn't scream Space 1889. There's no like steampunk about it. It's just kind of
No, it definitely looks Western to me.
yeah. It doesn't.
On your 12-inch CRT monitor.
Yeah.
With
You're
your
lucky to have colors.
EVGA or
Yeah.
SVGA card.
This one does VGA, EGA, CGA, and Tandy graphics.
Yeah,
It's
CJ
also got-
is the lowest.
Yeah, that's the one that's chrome, just orange and black, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And Kovacs sound effects. Ooh.
Can't wait for the Turtle Beach to come into play. The Turtle Beach was revolutionary.
It was, yeah. Yeah, but this Rise of the Dragon, you're William Blade Hunter, private investigator. The year is 2053. Doesn't that sound awesome? I'm there. I'll play this game. It looks like one of those point and click games where they have a picture and you have to click on things in the scene.
Yeah,
That's what it looks
well,
like. to me.
Dynamics is not was not a horrible company for computer games. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's a fabulous adventure game right here. So if anybody knows of an emulator for Rise of the Dragon, send it my way. Comment.
It's probably on GOG. Maybe you should look on GOG.
Could be.
What did I just say, Rob? I want no comments. I don't want people telling their friends. I don't want you listening while you're painting your miniatures, and I don't want you leaving comments.
But I need it. I need to know if I can emulate
You
Rise
need
of the
it.
Dragon.
No,
Well,
you feed
don't.
the algorithm. Next thing you know, people.
Fine,
know about
fine.
it.
Don't. Let's placate Jack. Don't leave any comments, but just leave statements underneath.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't ask questions. Pat, what's yours next one?
That's it.
You done?
Jack hijacked me. Yeah.
That's
then
good.
we're gonna go to page 104 then.
Really, Rob, you are abusing the system too.
I just want to mention Dragonmirth this time. First of all, the very first one, he wants to return them for a refill. He's holding a bag full of knights. I thought that was really dark. But as you read through them all, a lot of these are about eating knights. It was like a theme. I was like, that's kind of odd. But yeah, a lot of them are like, it's all about eating them. So if you ever want to, there's one about microwaving them, but they're in metal, so you can't microwave them.
You
And
shouldn't.
there's one later. Where's the other one? There's another one that's oh yeah, he said the Cavalier must have had a ring of regeneration because he thought that night would never end. Oh, that's horrible.
Poor Cavalier.
But anyways,
Well, but they're all dragons, so of course they would be eating knights, and this is the dragon issue.
I thought it was very odd that there's a lot of knights eating in this one.
Yeah, I will say this one dragon looks like a T-Rex though with long arms, so that would make him an Allosaurus.
That was Rob's stage name, Allosaurus.
Allosaurus.
Oh, I thought it was my girlfriend in high school, Allosaurus.
Mm,
That's what I named. my-
Allosaurus.
Anyways,
Okay. Well, now let's. That's
I got
gotta
4
be-
ads.
Rob cannot
I'm
possibly.
done. I'm done
be
my
this
articles.
egregious.
Yeah, I'm done my articles.
And since he just ran the table for a bit, why don't I think I'll start with the with my ad, and
Probably
then we'll
because we're
loop
going to
back
take
around
your
to
ads.
Rob.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Could we
Yeah,
go to
I got quite a
page
few ads.
124, please?
Yep, that's one of mine.
It's not one of mine.
Oop, I tried to type it. It didn't work.
Special. You know how everyone
Special.
yells that when they're selling newspapers
Special,
on the street
special.
corner, or when they want to get
Oh, I
people's
thought
attention.
it was extra.
Well, it would be. Any number of combination of words would make more sense than special. I don't know if that's an American thing. I don't know.
Pat, is this a thing that Americans say? Special.
Mhm.
Do you burst into
Maybe-
specials?
Maybe Chinese restaurant, maybe.
Special.
Okay.
Yeah,
Special indeed. So we have the trading cards that were kind of we had a
Preview.
blow in or a
Yep.
I don't know, maybe 10 magazines ago where they were like, hey, we're just going to test this out. We're going to throw in a bunch of cards and this is something that may or may not come to fruition. Well, here it is. And they have little icons telling you what they are, like kind of a type, card type. and it's just stuff throughout the like. I didn't know that guy's name was Corindell.
I did.
Like
So I had
he's
this
got the
card.
dope.
I've
He's
only
got
known him as
the
Corey, so I didn't know his full name was Corndell.
he's got the dopest facial hair in the game, but now I know his name.
Well, I want to know how much these things go on eBay now,
They,
because apparently at release they were only $1.
yeah, $1 for 16 cards. And look at that, it's the Aya Amagato right there. I think Doctor Strange gonna sue somebody. But
Yeah, I have Agamotto there. Yeah,
yeah. I
And-
had a bunch of these. I have tons of these. I think I still do somewhere.
Did
But,
you?
Yeah, I remember
I had
having
0.
a lot of these cards.
I'm
I
in my
know I've seen the artwork on some of them before. I've seen them before, but I don't believe I ever owned one.
yeah, I'm in my D&D limbo still at this point, so I didn't even know these were a thing until way later.
Yeah, I had a lot of them. I don't know why. I just ended up collecting these things because I'm a collector, I guess. But I definitely didn't have all 720 cards though. That's a big set. 720 cards.
Yes, for a first run of hey, this may work.
Let's try
may
it out.
not,
Let's
or
put 720 cards out.
700 unique cards. But you know what? This is on the cusp of
Wow.
there was no Pokemon at this point. Like if
Yes.
you wanted to
there
get
was.
people to
In Japan there was. But guess
What?
what came out?
There's no card game. We're still a
Yeah.
couple years before Magic.
No, Magic came out in 1990. Magic's out there. It's just early. It's not hit yet. 1990.
and they haven't released Spellfire yet. So
No, Spellfire is definitely a reaction to Magic, but this is this is more of a reaction probably to baseball cards. Like cards are popular, right? So, but
so yeah, if
Magic
you wanted
isn't
to,
hit yet, but it's there. It's coming. You can see what's that noise in the distance? Oh, that's the destruction of role-playing games.
I hear tapping. That's what I hear.
I hear that telltale heart.
yep, there's a Yu-Gi-Oh back there. I think I can hear a yep.
Pika pika.
Yeah, Japan's already the cards are definitely hitting Japan already, and Wizards of the Coast is out there. 1990 when it started, but at this point it's probably just like what is the alpha edition? Like it's early days. So
My frame of reference, this would be the first in my lived experience. So yeah, the collector's cards game, and you're right. I would be interested to know if any of them even still exist, or who's got them, or what
I'm
they
sure
would
you
cost.
go on eBay, you can buy a whole set. I'm sure, not a question.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then that was my ad. Patrick, let's see what you got.
Let's
What
go
you
to
got?
page 25.
Show me what you
25.
got.
This is the Summit Games Network. And as I was reading this, because I didn't know what that meant,
No.
I realized, is this the first BBS for fucking RPGs? Because it
Sounds
talks
like it.
about how it has an 800 phone line for lower phone charges. It's got a MMP level 5 error checking for speeds up your modem, and it's got databases you can upload and download to and everything.
It's almost like a.
Online shopping, message base, everything. It's like,
before there was a www. There was no World Wide Web. This is where you just have to go into each of these bulletin.
Yeah,
boards
you had the
separately.
telnet. You had the telnet into these things.
Yeah, it could be.
Huh.
So this is basically the first BBS for RPGs.
Maybe not the first,
would
but it
assume-
definitely is the first ad for
It's
it. We've
one
seen.
of, yeah, the first ad at least. Or
Yep, it's featuring all these different games. Is Summit ComNet Inc.
how about if I call it the first commercial BBS, because you have to pay $15 to join.
Yeah, because I think we did hear someone mention maybe in one of the editorials he did mention bulletin boards I think before, but like you say, this is the one you have to pay for. That's a big thing. Yeah, they take the Discover card though. Luckily,
And
But not Amex. So you're screwed if you only have Amex.
Amex has high charges. Nobody wants to use Amex.
we got some
$15.
aficionados.
$15 for a membership fee for lifetime though.
I'm assuming that's just $15.
Yeah, 50.
But clearly, the
Yeah,
people at the
15.
time would read this and they would know exactly what it meant, what they were getting, and stuff. To us now, it's a
I'm
blip,
sure Pat was into it.
I didn't know that. I didn't know about this. I get into it a bit later. I came into all that stuff just after Talent was rolling out, and you were able to just dial directly into a BBS.
Yeah, but yeah, it is esoteric, like pre-internet. We're looking at right here.
Because it might have been like a few years of time before, it certainly didn't have a lasting impression on me. If I saw this ad,
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was. I assumed it was another RPG, like RPG Net, like the just.
Well, that's what I did too, but my eyes caught in speeds up your modem.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know it was a computer
modem?
thing. Yeah, for sure.
I'd be curious to see if anyone that watches the show was a part of this thing, and if it was worth.
Yeah, we do have a lot of grognards listening. So one of you probably, if Jack doesn't want to hear it, but we do. We want to hear if you actually join the Summit Games Network.
Jack says he doesn't want to hear it, but he always every other day it's like, hey, do we have any new comments? Any new comments yet?
I'm curious. It's a lifetime membership. I wonder how long this lasted too. how much money did you actually get out of it?
There's someone who got like 30 years,
and it's definitely
cut down.
This is also still there, way before your AOL disc and your whatever. What else was there?
Netscape? No, Genesis or whatever, the GE one.
What's the one that starts with O? Wasn't there one O?
America Online.
America Online. Well, that's AOL.
Yeah.
Jeez, there were so many.
Yeah, there was.
There's so many free discs and everything.
Yeah.
And it would get you. Like now.
10 minute coasters.
Yeah. And every magazine had them, so you just ended up with shit tons of them.
Well, they were coasters. They're 10 minute coasters.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, but he tried it though. Tried it at least once. First time free. I suppose
so. Okay, well then we're back to Rob. What's your ad?
I'm not going to take one of Pat's, so I'll go to just up a couple pages. Page 23. Partha Power. Yeah, Pat's got a lot more. Partha Power. This is Real Partha, now Ironwind Metals. It's showing off the Battletech minis. I just wanted to really mention this because 2893 is a Marauder. I had that Marauder, and it was such a bitch to hold together. Metal miniatures and those little tiny little points, it fell apart so often.
And it was also the center of gravity on that thing is way off because look how far it leans back.
Yeah, and it's teeny little contact points. You're using terrible super glue that was never meant for metal. And
listen, that super glue would hold a man on a fucking I-beam over 50,000 stories.
Remember those commercials? They glue a brick under an I-beam, and he would hang there and kick his feet. Yeah.
So I had that. I lost. I think eventually it fell apart, and it was just the constituent parts, and I eventually lost it. But I painted him gray with black tiger stripes. He looked awesome, but he fell apart constantly. So I just wanted to mention.
It's probably before you realized you could pin.
Oh yeah, I know what pinning was. No, it was just crazy glue. Probably not even good crazy glue.
It was probably that tester's glue. That
if we go back to the editorial, maybe if Dragon had put in more modeling, miniature painting modeling tips, you would have known about it.
I would have learned, yeah. It's true. But,
My only thing is, why did they have to lie and say there was this many mechs? Like, look, there's 200 mechs listed there. Not half of them could possibly be real.
Yeah.
Like, that's just an outrageous number for mechs. Yeah. Well, Jenner, come on. Stop it.
That's
Jenner's
it's named after Bruce Jenner when he was still alive.
Yeah, you go to the Ironwind Metals. They don't even have them all on the shelf, but there's quite a selection.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of molds left still.
Yeah,
a hatchet, man. Come on.
He has a hatchet.
Doesn't exist.
It's in the name.
He does have a hatchet.
Classic Raul Partha metal miniatures. How I hate you.
I hate you, but love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to you, Jack. Do you have any more?
No. I did my due diligence. I did my one ad, so I think that's got to be the end. We're back to me.
Pat never did his ad.
I never did my ad.
Wrap it.
What? 27.
What?
We'll go to page 27. The one you were leaving for me.
This wasn't. No, this is Now, I have others. No, I have others. There's one, that big one that Maze you guys didn't click on, but okay. Yes, this is a Shadowrun.
Virtual realities. Yeah, Shadowrun the hacking source book for Shadowrun. Even though the hacking section of Shadowrun was shite, This was the source book, and it was pretty cool.
And I like how it's 16 full color pages of computer graphics,
Yeah,
as exampled in this cover.
Yeah, it's still like how it is 1990 computer graphics.
It is classic.
Yeah,
I was gonna say yes, it is 1990s computer graphics, but it is also all of the computer graphics in a timeless fashion that you would expect in even today's, if you were making a virtual reality.
It does
Yes.
it does give me Johnny Mnemonic feels.
It sets the tone immediately when you see that.
I mean, virtual realities did kind of fix a little bit, but not. It wasn't until like version second edition where they got it on at least a decent track, and it probably wasn't even until even third or fourth edition when they found
I would argue it's still not on track.
It's not horrible. It's better manageable now. That's for sure.
It's better than Cyberpunk at this point. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. What do you got, Rob?
It's never good.
What is the article you thought you were saving for me?
Page 2. Why is it you guys talking about Tome of Magic? Page 2.
No one gives a Tome of Magic.
I thought the Tome of Magic came out already. That's why I didn't do anything with it.
No, this is the first mention of Tome of Magic. Second edition, it's all the spells in a book. And it's one of the big
Tome of Magic is a good book. I'm not going to lie. Especially if you played a Magic user.
152-page hardbound. It's got 141 cleric spells, 86 magic user spells, 29 quest spells. I don't know what that means. And 90 new magic items. I don't remember this being the cover, though. I didn't think the cover had a scantily clad nymph on it, but maybe I just didn't notice.
No, I don't think this is the cover.
And I didn't think so either. Yeah, so a bunch of new stuff for Magic for second edition, if anybody's interested.
Yeah, my friend Don used this. Was his Bible one, because he always used to play Magic. Yeah, I guess it is the cover.
It is. Well, I guess I just never noticed.
I never noticed it either. But again, I didn't use it because I didn't play a lot of Magic.
Yeah, that's
my friend Don always played it. He always played a Wu Jin from Oriental Adventures, and he had the Tomb Magic, and his Wu Jin always died.
It's a lesson learned in life.
Well,
from the dawn of time.
You know, RP Don, but Don had the worst luck when it came to gaming.
The other big one is on page 35, guys. Coming this fall.
Wait, it's mine.
I thought you said you had no more.
I have two more.
You both can do it.
We're going to go to 35.
Yeah. And I panicked. I panicked that no one was going to do this one because I'm going to do a bit eventually. And
all of my notes, it says coming this fall, and all I put in it was, this is definitely Dark Sun.
Yeah, there's no confusion about this one.
Okay, so we have discussed this is going to be Dark Sun. This is the teaser that at the time everyone would have been like, what? That's an odd. What is this?
They tried to do the Torg, but it didn't. It's less successful.
I actually like Dark Sun. I thought Dark Sun was a decent campaign
I meant as a tease.
system. Oh, as a tease. Okay, I'm sorry.
As a tease? No, I don't know. If they hadn't sullied the waters with so much Buck Rogers, you could see how someone could go, "Oh, what is this?" Like it's some sort of.
I have to try and look at this like I didn't know what Dark Sun was at the time, and
yeah.
I don't know if this would have caught my eye either. But if we didn't know what Dark Sun was...
If you didn't know it's TSR, because it only has a copyright TSR in the small thing, you'd be like, what the hell is this? But it does say TSR.
Yeah, again, we don't know what... If we were reading this for the first time ever, we wouldn't know what Dark Sun is.
No. And a full-color ad with...
And so I wouldn't know what this is, but because I know what Dark Sun is, I know exactly this is Dark Sun. So it falls short for me. Now, but does it fall short if you didn't know? You know, to put yourself in that mindset.
Exactly, and I would say it works on that.
The problem is, the next issue, it reveals it. It's like it wasn't. The tease was so short. Maybe because we're reading them so fast.
Well, we don't want to spoil that because I have a lot of things to say about that in next episode.
Literally, it's not. It's not.
And you just heard Jack's soul.
Hey guys, I'm glad we addressed this because I got a bit I'm going to do in a little bit. There's a bit I'm going to do, so everyone.
Don't worry, nobody will. That's next week. Nobody will remember this.
And then, okay, well, I expect the act of ignorance, especially you, Rob.
Hey, I had your back. I agreed. I wasn't going to say it because I had things to say about it.
At the best of times, Rob is angry and will lash out at the least bit of provocation. 3 episodes ago, I mentioned an ad that was tangentially attached to an ad we'd already done, and he, to get one sentence out, It took me 15 minutes because he was gnashing his teeth and rending his clothes. So I don't want any antics when I do my bit in a couple weeks. I don't want to hear anything.
Okay.
All right, what
Pat,
do
you have
got?
one more? I'm
I
done.
do. Okay, let's go to page. Actually, I have two more. Page 54.
You wouldn't let me have this one. Wiz War
Wiz War.
by Chessex. That's weird.
Yep, me and my group used to play this game all the time. This version, this Wiz War game was fun. Battling wizards in a dungeon, and you just moved around. It was almost like playing a video game, but on a board game. So it was pretty fun.
Wiz War. It looks chitty.
It only because the pieces are chits, not it's mostly cards because you use spells with those cards.
There's
And then you
D4.
roll the four-sided, D4 to attack. And the rules were only 4 pages. You just open that up. Boop, 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 boop.
It features the new Chessex D4. What's the difference?
They use the Mold Bay D4.
With the number on the top rather than the number at the bottom.
Is that it? Is that the only difference?
I have no idea. Well, I mean, Chessex, all they do is make dice now, so.
I think even back then they
and
only made
miniature
dice.
cases. I've got a Chessex miniature case.
Oh, case, yeah. And your last
All right.
one, Pat?
111. I only added this one because I just saw it when we were messing around earlier. In the top right-hand corner, Interstellar Elite Combat. I don't even know what this is. Is this a sports board game? Is it a mail-in game? Is it an RPG?
It's Ask Your Retailer, so it's definitely not a... I thought it would be like some kind of play-by-mail or something.
Yeah, but...
$30, whatever it is.
Yeah,
it's from
you
Oregon.
dare to enter the games. It's not escape, it's escalation. And then what did catch my eye was the drawing of the guy. He looked pretty cool.
He does. He looks a bit like Crossbones and the female Taskmaster.
Well, it's Crossbone, Female Taskmaster, and Colossus.
Yeah, he's got the striping of Colossus, yes.
Mm.
He does have some junk in his trunk, though. He's got some
But
fat legs.
I think it looks almost sporty-ish like too. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
Yeah, it's
with this game.
$30 plus $2 for Canadian or $10 overseas. It's expensive, whatever this is.
And with no explanation as to
What it is. Yeah, just send us
So-
your money, and then if you dare to enter and you don't want to escape, you just want to escalate.
Yeah.
This is the game for you.
Interstellar Elite Combat.
from Troutdale, Oregon.
Yeah, if anyone of you guys have played this game, you let us know.
I think this might be just a phishing scam to get.
It might be. Who knows?
There's idiots who are going to give us $30 for nothing.
Is this a board game? A $30 board game? Is it?
Better be good for that price.
Is this some kind of like Dreadball precursor?
Yeah, is it Blood Bowl from?
Futuristic sense?
Is it a Running Man? Something or other? Like who knows?
Did Running Man come out? Did Running Man come out in '91?
I don't know when Stephen King wrote.
Oh, would you
that
like to know
book.
about this?
Sure.
Interstellar Elite Combat is a 1991 role-playing game published by Game Masters Associated.
That's an RPG then.
Yep, it's a
$30.
for RPG. Yep, it's a game in which knights of the far future come either from the capitalist neutral zone or the tyrannical imperial zone. This is it. This is Wikipedia. There's not much on it.
So these are knights.
Oh, that's weird. It was distributed by a small company called Wizards of the Coast. But yeah, they
not those Wizards of the Coast.
yeah, no, it is these Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, really?
But they stopped.
Really?
They stopped distributing role playing games when a certain little card game started.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
And by 1994, they declared there would not be not publish a second edition of Interstellar Elite Combat.
They might need to now that they're apparently, since there's so much controversy with 5th edition.
Oh, White Wolf gave it 4 out of 5. It said it's well written, highly detailed system. If you like a game where you roleplay instead of acting out technicalities, the game is for you. So there you go.
Well,
More
White
you
Wolf
know.
is the storyteller, guys. So
It's just kind of
All
funny
right.
that it was. This
Wizard
is
of the
obviously
Coast.
pre Wizard of the Coast distribution because
yeah,
this is just some dude.
Someone at Wizard of the Coast would have went, you're just going to put a picture of a cool looking guy and then say, give me $30?
It doesn't even say it's an
Dude,
RPG.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
For $30,
gotta
I
give
assumed
them
it was a
something.
miniature game. I thought it was
just
a
by
miniature
the
game.
look and the typing and what they say, my mind goes board game.
I thought miniature game, but yeah, crazy. Anyways,
Could have been anything.
is that all our ads? I think we're done, right?
All our
It's
ads.
gotta be. It's gotta be. We've gone through. There's nothing in the magazine we haven't looked at.
It
You
was an
wanna-
anniversary issue.
We didn't
So.
we didn't look at the Dragon game. I thought for sure Jack was going to go over the Dragon game.
Dragon.
There's nothing I
Kings.
hate more than game rules.
Rules. He's not a rules guy.
Yeah.
No.
What is the name of the game so we can let people
Dragon
know?
Kings.
Dragon Kings is in this episode. If you want to get a little board game out of it,
Yeah, I was never a fan of Dragon Magazine board games. So.
No.
I like a few.
Okay. Well, we got to wrap this up. The new Severance
been a long one.
season 2 episode 1 just dropped today as of our recording. So I need to get out of here and watch that. So hey, you at home? I had to talk to you. It was stern, but it was firm but fair.
Ooh.
I just hope I don't have to. I'm sorry. You made me do that. So now you just
You are sounding like my
Behave
ex-girlfriend. Firm
you
but
just
fair.
behave
She
yourselves.
made me do
No,
that.
if you don't make me do what I did,
If you hadn't have
then
done
everything
what you
would-
shouldn't have done, he wouldn't have
Exactly.
done what he had to do.
Rob knows.
Like, share,
Little-
subscribe.
Little Mr. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. And Rob makes me do. I don't know why he makes me do this all the
Proper
time.
comments. Jack loves your comments.
And,
Jack does it every time. I don't know why he hates comments. He tells people to comment every time we
And-
show. So
Yeah. So this has been the Dragon's Tome, and you come on back next week,
Yo.
so we can whisper in your ears as you're painting your miniatures or you're driving. I don't know what you're doing.
Cooking,
Having sex.
cooking jambalaya.
Oh, cooking maybe, doing the laundry, folding some laundry,
Sex.
whatever you're doing.
sex.
Come on back. we invite you
Or
to.
dulcet
what is that,
tones
Rob?
while you're
There's Rob's Tourette's going off again.
Yes,
drugs.
the booth. Alex in the booth is saying, yes, Rob has, with the subtlety that only Rob can muster, just murmuring sex into the microphone. I think it's time to leave. And that's our cue. So, everyone, have a good night. Bye-bye.
Oh boy.